Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? You can call me Tendai. I am working as a Bolt driver here in South Africa, and I have seen a lot of stuff, things that are now affecting me, and I don't know what is real and what is not real anymore. So I was born and raised in Harare. Right now I am 29. I left my country when I was 21. Life was already tough. I can say that life started becoming tough at the time when my dad had passed away when I was just 17, and suddenly I became the man of the house. I have two younger siblings, and my mom, she is not okay at all. My mom is a sick mother. The weight of their survival, it rests on my shoulder to this very day. In each and everything that I do, I have to make those sacrifices. Hence, even if someone asks me to do things that normally someone will never agree to do such a thing, because of the responsibility that I have, I'll be left without any choice at all. So we were surviving on street vending with my mom, even though she used to be a teacher. She then stopped being a teacher and she could not get the job anymore, and we were barely making it. At some point, I realized that my country was going to give me nothing but stress. So that was when I decided to cross the Limpopo River and try my luck in South Africa. Look, I had tried everything in life, but still nothing was working. I had even tried to open up an internet cafe, but it went crumbling down. The profits, they were not making up. I crossed the border from Beitbridge into Musina using a border jumper route. I did not have papers at that time. I could not afford to get a passport. All that I had was the hope that God was going to feel sorry for my mom so that I can get to Joburg, where some of my friends were already staying. I paid 1,200 rand to a Malaysia guy. This was not part of the transport from Harare to Joburg, no, but this was the money that was going to be needed to see us through the bushes into Musina. And along the way, you have to make your own plan, but you'll be in the same taxi. And what they don't tell you is how terrifying that bush is. I thank God that we crossed the bush during the day. I almost got bitten by a snake. We walked and we walked until we got tired. Whenever we would hear that there were soldiers that were moving about, we would hide under thorny bushes. We were 10 in the group, but when we arrived, only 8 of us made it. 2 women, they were left behind, and you do not wait for someone else because you will be fighting for your own life, every man for himself, when you are crossing into South Africa. When I got to Johannesburg, I started staying with a cousin of mine in an area called Berea. It was a 2-room flat packed with 6 guys from different nationalities. We all shared different mattresses, rotating the cooking. In the morning, I would be out looking for piece jobs, washing cars, unloading fruit trucks, helping some Somalians to stock up their spaza shops. Some days I would make 50 rand, some days nothing at all. I even tried, to sell tomatoes near Park Station. I was robbed twice in 1 week. After they had found out that I was new in town, they said, how can you just come to South Africa and you want to make money without us welcoming you? I stopped doing that because they promised me that they were not going to stop robbing me. That was when I met this other guy from Mavuku who told me that he had a bold profile, but he did not like driving at night. That is how I became a Bolt driver. He was like, I don't like to drive at night. It is quite dangerous. Since I was already prepared to do whatever. That was when he offered me his car to drive from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I had told him that since I was a street vendor back home, I used to work with another guy, a taxi driver. He used to let me drive his taxi, so already I had a license. So we would split the money. Unfortunately, he would take the 60% and I would keep the 40%. I did not even have any problems with that because I just wanted money. So I said yes. That was the beginning of a new chapter in my life, and now I am even considering of returning back home. But the problem is that the situation, it is tough back home. Driving Bolt during the day is tough. Now at night, it is not tough. It is like you are at war. My first night on the road, it was a mess. I had 4 drunk guys who tried to smoke weed in the car. I remained quiet, for I did not want them to know that I was from Zim, only that they noticed that the way that I was saying, hey, Bafethu, it was giving Zimbabwe. So they were saying, this guy is coming here with his own Mugabe rules. Another passenger vomited all over the back seat. It was somewhere around 3 a.m. Thanks God I was nearly hijacked when I received a trip notification somewhere in Soweto after I had dropped this other woman who was heavily drunk. So whilst I waited for those guys, I then saw that one was holding a knife. They did not take the car. They just grabbed one phone from me, and I am just happy that I am still alive. So I have kept on driving. Money is the problem. I can't earn enough, even though I am able to send maybe 1.5 sometimes at home, and my siblings, they are going to school. My mom, she is recovering because her medicine is covered. Sometimes I buy a medicine here at Clicks in South Africa and I send it by bus back home. It feels like I am able to take care of my little family. But the problem is that I have witnessed some things that are quite strange. It was around 2 a.m. I got a request from Sandton to Midrand. That was when I went there. When I arrived, I saw that there was this other lady. She was wearing all white with an umbrella. At night, it was not raining. Even the umbrella, it was white. She did not say anything, just nodded when I asked if indeed she was the one who had requested for the Bolt. Throughout the trip, she kept staring at me through the rearview mirror. Her eyes were looking at me as if she was studying me. When we arrived, she handed me a 200 Rand trip and stepped out, but she did not enter into any house. I really do not know how to tell you this. She just went into a cloud of darkness that I saw in the middle of the street. When I looked back, I saw that the back seat, it was as if someone had poured a bucket of water. I just thought that it was quite strange. A few nights later, I got a strange request. There was this other Sangoma who wanted a ride from Mawoneng to Tembisa. This guy, the way that he was dressed up, I don't know if he was looking for trouble or if he was just going for a ritual. The man was dressed up in all animal skins, but he was holding a small coffin. It was around 10 p.m. when this guy requested me. I tried to be polite, not to ask anything about his culture, but that ride was tense. Halfway through, he told me that the thing that was inside his coffin was afraid of the way that I was driving. I was supposed to drive slow, not too fast, he said. And then I did whatever that he wanted me to do. He was like, relax, driver. The spirits, they do not like the way that you are driving. From that day, for 3 days, I kept on dreaming of that Sangoma as he was opening the coffin, and I saw a little child that came out of that coffin with red eyes that were glowing like flames. You think that it is not enough? I even picked up a woman who told me that she was going to Hillbrow. This woman, clearly, she was a prostitute, and she told me that she was about to give birth. She had a miscarriage right there in my car. and I refused when she wanted to dump that baby by the garbage bin. I said I'm not going to do that. And when she saw that I wanted to drive with her to the clinic, she opened the door whilst the car was moving, and then I said, fine. I stopped the car. I left that woman whilst she was holding whatever that came out of her, and there was blood all over the seat. Now what has brought me to your platform, it is because of this other girl. This girl, she is working for a so-called apostle. This girl has told me that she wants me to transport some Lucky Charm oil. This oil will be transported from the apostle's house to the church. The girl told me that I am going to be paid quite dearly, but after I would have worked for the apostle for up to 3 months, for they want to see if indeed I can be trusted. So that is another hustle that I am pushing so far. I go there and I pick up a package of those oil bottles, like those ones that they use in the Pentecostal churches, miracle or anointing oil. Then I go and I leave it at the church. I was told that when I arrived at the church, the gate will open up for the people inside will know that I am the Bolt driver that will be bringing the package. I checked and I saw that they are not drugs, but I wonder, I don't know if your people on your platform can assist me. Why is this man, so-called man of God, wanting me to transport this anointing oil of his? I leave it by the entrance of the church. That is where I leave that package. I have never been greeted by anyone, even the security. I know that he would be there, but somehow he avoids me at all the times. So I really do not know why they would want a Bolt driver to go with their anointing oil late at night to their church. Usually I do this either on Thursday, if not Thursday, then on Friday. Those are the days that they tell me, they inbox me, and they tell me that I am supposed to come and collect the packages. When you post, please tell me. I'll follow in the comment section. I agreed to do this because I feel as if it might be my own breakthrough. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. That was the translation of the message that he sent to me. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.